And welcome back, everybody, to Facetious episode 139, season 3, episode 35, brought to you on Monday, September 17th, 2018 at 6:07 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am joined as usual by my main daming, the popcorn papa himself, none other than Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
Okay, what's up, dog? So here's what had happened.
Right.
You know, like when you got a taste for like some popcorn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you like, yo, it's popcorn. Popcorn is awesome. Except for the fact that maybe it's not as awesome because now you gotta get all this stuff out your teeth.
Oh, bro, let me tell you, I don't eat popcorn without floss handy. Like I can't. I'm not here to do it. Give them that real hard, you know. I think that originated in the hood when people just didn't want to get toothpicks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
They're sitting here on the show with a straw.
Right, like chewing on a straw, man. Like that's gonna do something. Like that's gonna help somebody with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man.
Tell me something. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Come on, one of them. So, hey, man, how you doing, man? How you holding up after the storms, B?
Well, the storms didn't really do anything here.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in a really crappy. I feel like I'm in the middle of a really crappy rom-com.
Okay.
Starring Florence and Virginia.
Florence and Virginia. Okay.
Like what, you know, will they, won't they type thing. Like we was real worried at the beginning of the week last week. Like this time last week, we was real worried. And then about Tuesday, that's when we started noticing that it was gonna turn. And when it turned, it was just like, well, we're just gonna get some rain. So I guess we all right. And then we got, you know, we didn't really get that much rain. Like everything has been all right until like right now. Well, now there's a bunch of like in the last couple of hours, there's been a bunch of like tornadoes and all kinds of stuff, like, you know, on the south side. So like everybody is calling me like, yo, you all right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, it's on the south side. We be all right. I mean, I hope they all right. Like, you know, like you think you say something and then you think about that after the fact, like, right. I'm cool, man. Man, forget them tornadoes. And then you realize that there are people that have to deal with the tornadoes. Right. And then you got to clean that up a little bit.
Right. So, well, that's what's up, though, man. So, well, I'm glad to hear everything's all right, at least for you, man. Now, there have been, I think, what they say, 11 reported dead, or is it 14 now? I think the reports I last heard from Florence were 11.
Last I looked, it was like 9 or 10, but now,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna keep building up because, like, unlike what 45 had to say about Puerto Rico, that all the deaths as a result of what happened during the storm still count.
Yeah, right. They still count. So
my man went on Twitter because they said it was like 3,000 dead.
Yeah, they said the number was 2x, twice of what they thought it was initially.
Yeah. So like, and my man said, no, it's not. When I was there, they only had this many. Like, yeah, but like the people, like what happens to those people afterward? After you leave, you know, like, you know, like
if it's a direct result,
right? Like you showed up and started, like, you know, free throwing paper towels. No, he was paper towels.
That's right.
Free throwing paper towels, and then you got your photo op and you got out of there, and like those people didn't get taken care of. Like so many of those people still don't have power.
Bro, there are people at my church who have families. Like one dude sings in the choir, one dude's the pastor over like the youth ministry, and they got family in Puerto Rico. And another girl, she sings in the choir as well. And all of them had to have their family come up from Puerto Rico after the storms and stay with them. I'm in Oklahoma City, bro. Like that's a long flight because you got a couple of layovers. You know what I'm saying? That's a long.
That's a long way to get. Like, I mean, getting to Miami, like, you know.
Bro,
that's a makeshift boat away, but like,
bro, shoot, no, bro. Like when I flew from Puerto Rico, yeah, but when I flew from Puerto Rico, from Atlanta to Puerto Rico, 5 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours from Atlanta
in a flight.
In a flight. Yeah, in a flight. So yeah, man, takes a minute. It takes a minute to get around this globe, man. So yeah, it's something else. So
far, all of the people that I know of are okay.
That's good.
That are down there in the Carolinas and such. And I don't, you know, there's people that I know of that are still out of power. But like some of the people that I know, like the people got power, so they just went to their people house.
Right.
And then, bruh, why Durham County let the kids go back to school today? There was a tornado near one of the schools. Bruh, what is y'all doing?
Well, man, look, tornadoes are kind of unpredictable, especially given that you have these massive cloud covers, right?
There's still plenty of flooding in Durham County.
Yeah, and that's problematic, right? Because you shouldn't send the kids back to school today. What they gonna do? Sit in mildewy classrooms? Like, I mean, how you gonna handle that, bro? Like, go hang your coat up. Where? On what?
Right. I need to hang these feet up. Like I'm standing in knee high water, like trying to go to school. Like
it's three quarters of the way up my rain boots right now. Like I'm gonna need y'all to do something about this water.
I need to hang up these Nike socks.
Like you can shop vacuum, but where you gonna pour it out at?
Know what I mean?
That ain't gonna come right back in. Like, come on, man. I need y'all to put a little thought onto this thing, man. So but yeah, so you know, prayers go out there. Hope everything gets alleviated shortly. What did they say? 1.5 million people affected, I guess. 1.5 million.
It's some real stuff. I try not to keep up with it because I do not like disasterbation.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a huge fan of disasterbation. Oh, let me tell you about people who are disasterbators.
Okay.
Florence.
Every news station.
Florence hit the nine. Talking about them. Florence hit the Carolinas.
100,000. Okay.
And Florence hit the Carolinas. A couple people in the southeastern tip of Virginia caught a little bit of the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did people from where I'm from in Newport News mocking themselves safe? You been safe. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Right, man.
It rained a little bit. Like,
that's too much.
What is you talking about?
Right. Say it rained a little bit. Man, you bogus. Why you so upset, Mike? Why you so upset,
Because it's stupid. That's like saying, okay, there's some tornadoes hit Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Scarfinger marks himself safe from the Oklahoma City tornadoes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Scarfinger, Richmond, Virginia. Like, how's
I'm in Richmond? It didn't come here.
Right.
Like, it's, you know, like what's happening right now outside, because it's storming right now outside. Like, that is a reflection of, like, this is like remnants of Florence, but this ain't Florence.
Right. So just so y'all know, if Mike disappear, then that could probably be a reason why.
Yes.
So,
or say Comcast.
Either way. I mean, pick your poison. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah, I don't understand why people sitting here. Yeah, I'm good. No, we knew you were gonna be good. We don't need you to mark yourself good.
Right. And then I'm gonna tell you, one of the people, this would piss me off the most. Right? There's a lady who I know. She's my cousin's homegirl.
Okay.
We Facebook friends, everything cool, whatever. You know.
Mm-hmm.
During when Florence was coming, she packed her and her kid up. She went to go visit some people in Maryland. So she won't hear for none of it.
Right.
Like, even if it did come, she won't gonna be here for none of it.
Mm-hmm.
She marked herself safe too.
Why you marking? Were you in the zone? Like, was she even in a zone that needed to be recognized as being dangerous?
Originally, like last Monday and Tuesday, we thought it was coming this way, but like after Tuesday, we knew it won't coming.
Man,
we knew we was gonna catch some rain, and you know, places that flood, we know they were gonna flood. Like, you know, like that's the type of thing. You know, when you live in like, you know, when you live in those areas of Norfolk that always flood. Like, you know, you live in those
so that's why you got an SUV now, because it always floods.
Right. So, and then they had a mandatory evacuation and all of that kind of stuff, like, you know, because, you know, they have them in zones. And if you was in zone A, I'm going to need you to get up out of here. Right. Like, you know what I mean? That type of thing. But like, then they lifted the evacuation. You won't even hear for that.
So apparently she's working off old news, bro. Like, she working off old notifications. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you working off old notifications, but like, you live on Facebook, so you see what's actually happening, and you see what everybody else is talking about. Like, why is you marking yourself safe? That's the type of stuff that your boy is like. Nah, I mean, like, really, really. Like, I'm
for real though.
For real.
Hey man,
you know, like some of these people are like college educated and stuff like that. It's like, how you this dumb?
Some people just look. They just felt like they needed to let other folks know that they was all right. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to let everybody, but they just doing
that whole Mr. Me Too thing. Like, they just feeling left out. I'm gonna mark myself as safe. We knew you was safe.
You was all right from the jump. Don't even worry about it.
That's the show title. We knew you were safe.
It's silly, man. It's silly, man. All right, but all right. Well, you know what, Mike? Like, a lot of the stuff I want to talk about is most of it's going to be centered around like a little bit of Spider-Man. I ain't have a chance to watch a lot of Iron Fist because I
finished Iron Fist.
I need to get on it. I think I watched the first episode.
It's much better. Oh my God, so much better. It's so much better. I think it's above Iron Fist season 1 and both seasons of Jessica Jones for me.
Oh, like, good to know.
Might be.
Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now. You're stepping into dangerous territory now.
It might be
better than season 2.
Just might be top 5 Marvel's Netflix Marvel TV seasons so far.
Okay, let's rank the top 4 then. So, Daredevil season 2.
Daredevil.
No, season 1. Season 1.
No, 1 and 2 are in the top 5.
Yeah. Daredevil season 1.
That's real.
Yeah.
Luke 1.
Luke season 1. Is in there. Defenders is definitely in there. I think.
I like the Defenders. A lot of people hated it.
I like the Defenders, dog. I thought the Defenders was legit.
Yeah.
So first 2 seasons of Daredevil, that's 1 and 2, and then Luke 1, then Defenders 1, that's 4. Okay.
No, but if we put them in order, I'm putting Luke 1.
Oh, Luke season 1 as number 1. See,
yeah, that's number for me, dog. For me, dog.
Okay, that's your own personal. Like, that's your own. Look, I think we're just gonna invert. I think because I like Luke 1. I like Luke 1 as my number 2. I like Daredevil 1 as my number 1.
I like Daredevil 2 though. I really like Daredevil 2. I don't know which. I may have to do a 2A and 2B because I don't know which one I would put.
We can have subcategories.
But I mean, the next one would have to be 4, right? Like,
yeah,
got to be 4. And that's where I would put the Defenders, and then I think Iron Fist 2 might be right there at 5.
That's good to go. That's good to know. That's good to know. I need to get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and hold it down. Because I'm looking to get into that for real, man. Like, I'm really looking to knock that out. You know what I need after you watch the end, you're going to agree with me here. We need a Ward season 1. Cool out. You know what? I saw him earlier. Like, I was watching the first one, and he's him and Danny meet in the elevator. And they're just going back and forth bantering, and you're like, that dude is just so stinking good, man.
Ward is the most interesting character
quite
in the series.
Quite. Just his exacerbation with everything. He's tired of Danny. He's tired of the stinking news. He's tired of everything. Just tired of it all. So I like that. It's just all on his face, and he plays it so stinking well, man.
Yeah, That guy, I love to see what else he could do as an actor.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see how he brings that all in and all around full circle, man. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that.
I can't tell you the most important thing that you find out at the end, but like,
no, don't even do it.
I'm not gonna spoil nothing for you because I know you and spoilers are not friends.
Yeah, exactly. We don't get down like that.
But when you find out what I know about my man Ward, you're gonna be like, "What?"
Nice. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that. Man. So, Mike, something you need to be looking forward to, though, man. For real, you got to get on that Spider-Man, bro.
Like, I gotta have time. I ain't even downloaded it.
Bruh, listen. All right, guys, we're gonna deviate in the games for a minute because if you don't know, Marvel Spider-Man is a PlayStation exclusive, PlayStation 4 exclusive, to be accurate. And
can we talk about this?
What?
Can we talk about this? I am sick. I am just sick of people still perpetuating this console war nonsense.
Okay.
For real. Like all the people talking about the fact that PlayStation has Spider-Man and Xbox doesn't, and all of this other stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like the people who seen and they keep saying like Xbox people sad. Most of the Xbox only people are just like, oh, that's cool. Y'all got that.
Yeah.
I can get one if I really want one. Like I can get one. Like, but like, you know, it's cool. Y'all got it. Like, it's the same way. It's the same way we felt about Uncharted. It's the same way we felt about Horizon Zero Dawn. It's the same way we felt about God of War. Like, if at any point during this time period where y'all started putting out these hits, and they are hits, we could have just got one.
Right. And don't
I'm speaking from the perspective of an Xbox only owner.
Right, exactly.
Because at the end of the day, it's all the same. Because once this whole Spider Mania goes out next week, y'all gonna be right back playing the same third-party games that we all playing.
What I find interesting, and I was gonna give him a shout out, but we can talk about it a little bit before I get into Spider-Man. But I was listening to, Gaming Vessels came back for their new season recently, and so I was listening to them. Shout outs to Show Enough, Nemo, Tigger, and is it Joe? Yeah, Trader Joe.
They said they had me on the show to respond to their slander.
But so shout outs to them, but they were talking about how they don't understand people's concern over crossplay, and they view cross-platform play, as just a concessionary tactic by people who aren't dominating the generation, right? So they view it as, well, why would Sony allow you to play with other people on other consoles? I'm like, but you're missing the point. Like if Sony's game is as strong as it should be, right? And their exclusives are strong enough. Like you buy that console to play Sony's exclusives, but it would be great if we could all play with our friends. Like I'm this close to hitting up Mark Dara on or I think it's Dara. He goes by Dara now, but anyway, the guy from BioWare on Anthem, and I'm this close to asking them, can we get a cross-play between Xbox and PC? Because Knox and Ace, they're gonna buy it on Xbox One X, right? But I want to play that on my PC because I want it to look brilliant, right?
Okay, so here's why PlayStation should consider it. Here's why they should consider it. Okay, they're already at an insurmountable lead when it comes to between them and Microsoft.
Okay.
If you really want to say, like, their lead that they have, the lead that they have on Nintendo matters not. Because Nintendo does their own thing. They've been doing their own thing. Nintendo people are going to be Nintendo people regardless, no matter what other platform they're going to play on. They still going to be Nintendo people. And Nintendo is always going to be about that cake. And they're going to stack their bread. So this is all a thing of saying, why would we let you play with somebody from Microsoft? Well, there's two ways to look at it. The way that they're probably looking at it as, well, if they want to play with their friends, they need to convince their friends to buy a PlayStation. But market saturation involved, like pretty much anybody who wants a pretty much anybody who wants a PlayStation has one or got one because of the exclusives, Spider-Man included.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, there are 84 million.
But the one thing they can prevent with crossplay is the other way to think about it. If I can play games with my friends who play on Xbox, I don't have to buy an Xbox.
Right.
And I can stick in my PlayStation.
And that was the point I was trying to make. I'm like, but here's the thing. If you allow them to play the third-party games with people from other platforms, then that means Sony is just simply the place to play, right? Because now you can play these third-party games with everyone else, and you get the Sony exclusives. Win-win, right? Stinking win.
And, and the idea that like you can play with PC people.
Yeah. You
can play games with PC people with a couple games. So like, is it that big of a deal that, you know, like I can play Rocket League with PC people. So where's if this is a problem, where's the problem there?
Right. And the problem with me is the lack of consistency from Sony's response, but just it feels as if their response isn't very well thought out, right? It seems as if it's just a band-aid to stop the bleeding, because they just don't want people complaining about it, right? And but all in all, I do think cross-platform play would help kind of, you know, mend these fences between all of this ridiculous gamer nonsense, man. I think it would make things better.
It's just stupid. Like I am on a one of my Facebook groups that I'm a part of is a Black nerd group.
Okay, word up.
And if every once in a while someone does hey, I need to buy a console. Should I buy an Xbox or a PlayStation? And then it's like a million comments. And it's like, bruh, we are doing this again. Like y'all letting this happen again. And like at the end of the day, I always put the same thing. Bruh, play where your friends and the games you want to play are. If anybody tells you differently, they are wrong.
Yep. Period. It's that simple.
Period. Like there's no, like, you know what I mean? Like if you want to play Spider-Man and you want to play Uncharted and Horizon Zero Dawn, those are the games that interest you. Go there. If you want to put, if you were an old school Halo player and you want to get on some new Halo, and you think that the Gears is still a thing for you, then go that way. And if your friends are there to play the games with you, then do that. Like, you know, like I own Killing Floor on 3 platforms because I can't cross play.
Right.
If I could cross play, there's no reason for me to have this on 3 platforms. I would have just stayed on PlayStation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I would have just stayed on PlayStation and played Killing Floor on PlayStation, if I could have played with the PC people and if I could play with my Xbox people, there was no reason for me to have 3 versions of this game. I would have had it at the place where they gave it to me for free, and then that's when I realized that I really liked the game. And I would have stayed there. I would have stayed in the PlayStation ecosystem and broadcasted out and branched out to the other platforms through my PlayStation. And look like what's going on with Chase right now. Chase's brother is really into Destiny.
Okay.
You know, Chase has an Xbox. But then like the brother only has an Xbox. So now Chase, I mean, I think the brother ended up getting it for Chase on Xbox so that they can play together. If the crossplay was there, Chase could have stayed on his PlayStation.
Right. But
every moment I gotta buy a game on another platform that I originally played on yours. If every time I gotta go away from your console to go play something else, that's money you aren't making.
Well,
because what happens if Chase says, well, if I enjoy playing Destiny with my brother, so I'm just gonna keep it real on Xbox, and I'm gonna leave this PlayStation Destiny behind.
Right. No, I understand. I mean, even further, I mean, you mentioned like summarily the opportunity cost. What if I didn't have to spend that money on a copy on a different platform? Now, when they release DLC or an expansion on your platform, I can pay for that, right? So I don't. Again, I think the logic behind it is completely flawed. I think the logic, and believe me, like I understand from a business and economic perspective the stance that Sony is taking on this. However, from a practical perspective, as far as consumer goodwill, from a consumer-based perspective of flexibility and I guess comfort or convenience, right? Like, come on, man. Like that's just how do you phrase that to a company to say, come on, man, like do the right thing here. Like do the right thing here.
And let's be honest, to the gamers who are still perpetuating this console war nonsense, if you are one side or the other and you're chastising one side because of their choice of console, if you don't have both, then that means you either bought into the nonsense or your pocket's too light. Get your pockets up.
Get your pockets right, son. Get your pockets right.
Fatten your pockets up, and maybe you could be like the rest of us with all of the platforms that we want. Because I ain't getting no Nintendo stuff. Even though I have considered.
Have you?
I have considered a Switch for work.
Oh, okay.
Because most days at work I have a sufficient amount of downtime. And like with games like Diablo and stuff like that coming from Twitch, like that might be something that I would be
you could kind of dig into,
interested in.
Okay, I got you. I hear you. I'm not bad.
I ain't gonna do it. Like let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. I will look, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this. Stupid. I will buy a Vita before I buy a Switch.
Oh,
and I know the Vita is
a dead platform.
Dead. I will buy a Vita before I buy a Switch. With my own money. Now, if somebody else paying for it, because you know your boy's birthday tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's right. Good.
I'm trying to decide. Like my girl asked me what I wanted, and I don't know. It's between either.
So you're a year older, right? You'll be 39, or will you be 40 tomorrow?
I'll be 39.
That's what I thought.
39. Yeah. Like I'm almost ace, bro.
Almost, man. Almost, dog.
Bro, I'll be hitting 40 next year. Like, bro. Like for real. Like think about this. People older than me are still perpetuating this nonsense. Like that tells you how stupid this is. Like, I'm too old to be talking about like Xbox versus PlayStation. That's stupid.
Right.
Like, bro, I got bills. Like, are you serious? Like, you know, it's hard enough. Look, it's hard enough for
in these streets.
It's hard enough in these streets for me to keep up with when I need to pay for which subscription next. Like, bro,
right.
You know, I got like gaming wise, I have 4 subscriptions right now.
Right.
4 of them.
I got 3.
I got 4 of them. I got the PlayStation Network. I got the Xbox Live. I got the Game Pass, and I got EA Access. Bruh.
Yeah.
I got 4 of them. It's hard enough for me to keep up with like when this stuff is due. Then for me to be worried about which console I'm playing on, that's stupid.
Absolutely dumb.
My pocket's not light, so I got them both. I've seriously considered Origin Access on top of all of that.
Really?
I considered it. I have. I don't think I'm gonna do it. But part of why I consider Origin Access is because of Pooh Bear.
Yeah.
But like at this point, all she really plays on Origin is The Sims, and she pretty much has all of that. Like all of it that she wants, she can get. So I might as well just wait for a sale, buy her what she needs, and go and buy my business. But
right.
All right, let me tell you something. That happened to me.
Okay.
All right, so you know,
claiming my free Twitch stuff since I'm Amazon Prime, but go right ahead.
I mean, I ain't never done that. Like, I rarely go to Twitch at all,
bro. I rarely go, but bro, I've picked up so many games.
Yeah. So let me tell you what had happened to me.
All right, do you think?
I started playing Mass Effect 3 again. and
you went straight from 1 to 3? Or did you took it to 2, right?
I helped Pooh Bear do 2, and then I said I'm gonna play 3. Because I picked up another character to show her the beginning of 3.
Okay.
So I picked up a character that I realized I hadn't used very much. So apparently,
all right.
This is a character that I designed in 3.
Really?
Yes. Because I was like, I don't remember none of this. So this is a character that I must have designed in 3 because I was starting brand new.
Okay.
And I think I wanted to see like how the game would be different if I started in 3, as opposed to doing new game pluses all the time.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got you.
So let me tell you what happened to you, boy.
All right.
So I played the game.
Yeah.
I played the beginning of the game. I did Grissom Academy early.
All right.
I go to Grissom Academy. Jack ain't there.
What?
And I'm like, that's strike 1. Then I go to the mission on Sirkesh. I did Grissom Academy before I did Sirkesh because that starts the whole thing with the Krogan and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I get to the little meeting. I get to the little meeting. Rex ain't there.
He gone.
Rex ain't there.
He gone, Vlad.
I'm like, hold up, like this strike 2. Like I don't know. Like when Rex won't there, like that was like restart. Yeah. But I did the little cutscene part where they talking. Man, it's really coming down. I don't know if you can hear that.
I can hear it, yeah.
But so then the mission actually starts. And Paddock comes out instead of Morden. I'm like, bro, let's wrap this up. Like the moment I could pause the game, when the cutscenes was done, the moment I could pause the game, quit to the dash, we gonna have to do this. We gonna have to do something else. We gonna have to do everything else. We gonna have to do. I mean, I don't even know. Like we gonna have to do something else.
So you finished your Andromeda additional playthrough then?
No, I started Andromeda just to show Pooh Bear. I have not been back since, but I think I might go to Andromeda instead of going back to 3.
Okay. See, I read that article. You saw that article I put in there in the chat that was talking about how they thought that Andromeda was the best Mass Effect in the series. And I'm thinking, okay, this came out May of 2017. And clearly that
gameplay-wise.
Well, they had 15 different points, right? Yes. And they said some of the characters are good. They're not as classic as some of the other ones, but they talked about the combat. They talked about the customization, the profiles. They talked about a lot of different things that made it really, really good. Like the ship.
You could tell BioWare learned something where their personalities come out a little bit better, especially during their loyalty missions. If you get way more of who they are through their loyalty missions. Like I don't even like Liam, but his loyalty mission was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, it was great. It was like, bro, you are the king of F-ups. Like,
right, exactly. How did you F this up so bad? But like, I kind of like after that, I kind of put Liam in my party a little bit.
Right.
Because it was just like they developed the character. Now the character still isn't very likable.
Well, for some.
Liam is Caden. Like
Connie is.
He is Karth 3.0. Like Caden is Karth reincarnated. Liam is Karth reincarnated again.
Right.
With Caden.
Man, that's crazy, man. So well, that's interesting, man. But I don't know, man. Like just some of the points they were making, I'm like, bro, you struggling on some of the points. Some of them were good, some of them were salient, but the other was, I was like, I don't know, man. I like the Andromeda too. Like I played it 2 or 3 times now. No, I finished it at least twice, maybe 3 times at this point.
You played a chunk of multiplayer.
play a whole lot of multiplayer, man. I love that multiplayer. That multiplayer is great. But I just don't know. But that was one of the points. The multiplayer is one of the points.
If you don't, Andromeda is the best game in the series if you don't really care that strongly for the story, because the story is lacking. It's lacking in so many different areas, bruh. How we come to a completely different universe, right? We came to a completely different universe.
New galaxy, right?
A new galaxy. Yeah. My bad. The universe is the whole thing. It's the whole thing. But how we come to a completely new galaxy, and there's only two kinds of people we can talk to. Every other kind of person we brought with us.
Right. Exactly.
Word. Word. And the plans was for us to bring the rest of the characters that we was gonna bring with us. We don't know nothing else outside of the cat. And the cat is, and let's be honest, the cat is the Borg. Like, for real, the very first time you meet the cat, when you take the trip to that planet and that ship pops in on you, it's like, bro, is that the Borg? Like, are we doing the Borg right now? Like, we're doing the Borg. Like, the only thing that the cat don't have is a cube ship. Like, we don't know what the mothership looks like. You know what I mean? We don't know what they planet look like. I'm gonna put out a strong guess, and I'm gonna say it's a cube.
Silly, man. He's silly, man. But no, you're right. You're right in that regard, man. But I think the possibility for the story, humans having to recolonize, right? Like that, I think is strong. I think that premise is strong. They didn't execute on it as well as I would have liked them to, because they did a lot of stuff as in small side quests, right? As in, I'm gonna need you to run around and make sure we have the gas for this colony, or somebody stole our water. Can you go talk to this person as a little side mission? But like, there need to be systems in the game, right? Like in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, right?
I'm gonna tell you. This is what the people at BioWare who were in charge, they left because y'all messed it up for Mass Effect 3.
Aaron Flynn,
The doctors said this when they were making 2 and 3. What they said was, you see a lot of that fetch quest stuff kind of went away. There was a little bit in 2. There wasn't really a whole lot in 3. And in the fetch quest stuff in 3 was just go to this planet, scan it real quick. We out.
Right. We got it.
Yeah, we got it. You know what? Just press the button, scan it once. You got it.
Yeah.
So their philosophy was the state, the well-being of the galaxy is at stake right now. Do I really need to go collect some water for you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's when they were designing the missions for 2, it was about building your team because you had to take on something monumental. And like in 3, you had to solve the problems of your galaxy in order to fight a superior foe on every level. Right. I ain't got time to do this stuff. We ain't got time for this, Ellis. That's a Left 4 Dead reference, and I know you're not a Left 4 Dead fan. But yeah, it's like we don't have time for this. Right. And that's the philosophy that they went in with the other Mass Effect games. And the idea that those people weren't around to say, we don't have time for this, when they made, because they gave it to the B team. They gave it to the B team and expected an A game. Bro. Well,
also, I mean, they kept changing it too. Like we found out that the B team only had 18 months to create this game.
Yeah, you can't create
with a new engine that they hadn't really worked in before. Like they hadn't worked in the what's the DICE engine again? What's the name of that? Frostbite. They hadn't worked. They've only worked in that in Dragon Age. And Dragon Age and Mass Effect, people are on different teams, like because they're so huge. So summarily, they haven't worked in this engine before. So you have new technology. You have 18 months, which is compressed time period for any game, and then you have these constantly shifting goalposts, man. Like, come on.
You had 18 months to make a AAA game. Shout out to Jim Sterling, because every time I think AAA,
yeah,
I say it in my head like that. AAA games. But most AAA games take 4 years or more to get it right. And you're saying you expected a AAA experience in 18 months.
Right. Now, the exception is like, we'll come back to it here. We'll talk about Spider-Man in a minute, but I was just watching an interview with that, and he said that they've been working on it since it took them 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah,
but 3 years.
3 or 4 years. We're talking about 3 years, and then the Andromeda team had less than 2.
Well, they had 1.5. So they had half of what Spider-Man had. You know what I mean? So it's difficult. It's a little different, but let me finish up on my Spider-Man talk, because I want to say this. Of course, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, because I hate spoilers. But Spider-Man, and like I said, it's an exclusive game. So the fact that only a select group of people can experience the game is a shame, because it's really good. Like, when you first start it up, man, it's really cool. It has that Marvel, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe intro. It has that. It's there. The music is there. It comes in right off the bat, and it looks like an.
Which one did they have? The one that they did before Infinity War? Because the Infinity War one was dope when they kind of put a little bit of everybody's stuff in it.
Yeah, the one just before Infinity War. It was just before the Infinity War. Yeah,
they put a little bit of everybody's in there, and you was like, "I see y'all, Marvel."
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's really good though, man. So it starts off, it kicks up, and Mark hit us up he hit me up because I streamed like the first hour and a half or whatever, and he's like, "Come on, man, like, you put this villain's face up on the thumbnail." I'm like, number one, like, I don't select it. YouTube automatically selects thumbnails, but number two, it is literally the first mission you play. Like, you will see this villain the very first mission that you play, right out the gate. But it looks like an Uncharted, dog, and the pacing is like an Uncharted, and the gravitas that some of these characters have is similar. And it's like Insomniac sit back and they watched the entire industry, and they just sat down and took notes. Yeah.
And they let's be honest, like, it took them 3 years, but they already had somewhat of a pedigree. The most important part of a Spider-Man game is traversal.
Yeah.
And they already have that pedigree.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, man, the game feels great. The combat is cool. It takes some getting used to, though, bro. Like, Y is no longer the counter. Like, the triangle button is no longer the counter. Like, Batman.
Let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of this game is QuickTime events?
Seriously, 0.75.
Really?
Very, very, very few QuickTime events. Just, I don't know why they showed so much. That's my main reservation about the game, right? Was that all of the QuickTime events, bro? There are hardly any QuickTime events.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. I need to download it. I do, but I don't know when I'm gonna have time to play.
Bro, it will take the place of some of the stuff you playing. Like, I know we're getting the 2 point here in just a minute, but Spider-Man is really good, man. I highly encourage it for people. It's about 22. It's well done. It really is. It's well done. It moves well. I think it crashed to the dash on me one time during my entire playthrough, which was like 30 some odd hours. So it crashed to the dash, but I enjoyed it. I highly recommend it for people. I'm not going to spoil it. I think you should go in. If you don't like the suit, I could tell you this: there are a ton of suits.
Yeah, they released the pictures of a lot of suits right before the game came out. It was like,
a lot of suits.
You got a lot of stuff, bro.
A lot of suits.
I got look, bro. Real? The Iron Spider with the extra legs, bro.
Yep. Here's the thing. So some suits have
ninja.
Yeah, ninja. Look, some of the suits have powers. Well, each one of the suits has a power, but that power doesn't stay locked to that suit. So you could take the power from one suit and apply it to any suit you like to wear.
Okay.
It's greatness, man. So if you like melee action games, and if you like strong storytelling games, so I know this is pulling in two different genres of people and gamers, but if you like both of those different things, they do a fantastic job of combining them in this game. So I highly recommend it. I strongly recommend the game. Look, man, if I had to give it a score, now the stealth, I will say this: there are some stealth sections, and sometimes those are very they leave things to be desired in some of those parts, right?
I don't like no stealth, bro.
Right. And a lot of times you can still go all out, but it'll be easier on you if you did some of it stealth, but you're always capable of not doing it stealth. Okay. So but there are portions of the campaign where you have to do it stealth. You have to, just because of the limitations at the time. But you have to. But those, I think it's maybe 4 or 5 in all of and they literally will take you 3 to 4 minutes to get through.
Okay.
They're not very long.
How long did the game take you to finish?
PlayStation has been really bad about telling me how long, but I'm gonna say, because I did most of the side missions, I'm gonna say it took me about 23 hours or so.
So it's about Dad of War length.
Yeah, it's about Dad of War. I feel like Dad of War felt a little longer because you did more backtracking in Dad of War, but this one you don't do as much backtracking, right? But it's a good game, man. So I wanted to get that in there.
Dad of War is a lot of boy. Get on this boat,
boy. Boy. What's funny is that my coworker, her husband, just bought Dad of War last week and then spent the weekend playing it and finished it, and she was like, it's a really good game. Like, she was like, look, it's a really good game. So yeah, so it's really good. But so is Marvel Spider-Man. I think, man, if I had to run them up against each other though, I think Dad of War is probably my GOATY front runner right now for game of the year. It's probably my front runner. I think it's superior to Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is it's really good in some of its own right. There's so many head nods, so many Easter eggs to references, man. So good.
What's up, TJ?
TJ up in here?
Yeah, I got both of the chats up.
Okay, word up.
He said only bad things are sections not being Spider-Man, but everything else is damn good.
Yeah, and that goes exactly to some of those stealth sections I was talking about. So
you got stealth sections not as Spider-Man?
Some of them. But you know, I was listening to people's reviews and stuff before the game released, and people were saying that in the reviews. So I knew about that before I even fired the game up. So now you all know. But it's not a spoiler in how you get there. It's not a spoiler in how it plays out. So but that's it, Mike. Bro, I think that's about all I got, man. Like, we'd be out of here early. Let me say still been killing on this Dragon Age 2, man. Still been killing it, man. I don't know why I still like that game, man.
I just couldn't finish any Dragon Age, bro. Like, I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't even make it out of the starter area for Inquisition.
Here's the thing. Okay, so Inquisition is a lot better in the other ones, especially when it comes to the combat, right? But boy, no, you got to drop the combat in Dragon Age is difficult by default. So you really got to nepo that thing. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not into the strategic.
Oh yeah, I nepoed.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah. But no, I do like Inquisition. I think it is one of the prettiest games that we have. Like, especially on PC, dog. Bruh, your PC, you'd run a really nice Inquisition on your PC.
See, don't do this, because I will get access and be mad because I got Origin access to play a game just because it looked good, and then
Bro,
I was like, go play this mess.
Man, the problem is the game does, like, the lighting on people's faces does look great. Now a lot of people look like they're always sweating.
I really do want to play Andromeda on PC though. At some point.
It'll run great on your PC. It'll run great on your PC.
I know. And I when you
it was $5 the other day.
When you see people play on PC, you're like, bruh.
Yeah, it was $5 the other day. I should have sent that to you. It was $5.
They mean the same game.
Right. Dude,
they need the same game, dog.
That's how I feel when I'm going back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, between PC and Xbox. That's how I feel. I'm like, man, it ain't even the same game. Like
they need the same
times, game. Like the clarity, like it's not even close. So, but okay. So I know you're doing 2 Point Hospital. So tell people where you at.
Man, you know what? At this point, I have not played 2 Point Hospital. I had guests last week.
That's right. They're gone now, right?
My girl, yeah, they left on Saturday. My girl, her daughter's man and the baby were here. Okay. So I didn't really get a whole lot of gaming in. But I will say this. My man's was a PlayStation guy.
Uh-huh.
And apparently he likes the Call of Duty series.
Mm-hmm.
He started playing Black Ops 3.
Oh, in the beta? Oh no, just the regular Black Ops 3.
Yeah, Black Ops 3, because that's 4 that's coming out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they gave us away 3. I didn't realize I didn't play 3 because I'm looking at 3 like, bro,
look good.
I need to play this.
Nice.
I need to play this. Like,
I might need to get up on here.
Yeah, I downloaded it for him because I put it in the library for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I put it in
the library for you. And so like I never even thought about it, but I'm like, bro, I might need to play this. Like, I might need to do this.
It's stupid, man. That's cool.
But yeah, so Black Ops 3 looks great. I know that they got rid of the single player in 4, so it's probably not going to be 4 is not going to be a thing that I'm ever really interested in because I'm no longer interested in versus multiplayer at all. And zombies don't interest me that much. Right. No, agreed. I think we concur on that in that regard. Yeah.
Anything else you've been in, man? Otherwise, we can get to these shoutouts and get out of here.
With 2 Point, bro, I really like 2 Point. I really do. And there's some people that I've been watching, and they tips and tricks and stuff like that, and how to do stuff better. There's some really really easy parts of 2 Point Hospital, and there's some really difficult parts. Like one of the ones, you have a hospital. It's a teaching hospital. And everybody who you hire don't know how to do nothing. You have to train them. But training them takes them off the flow while they're training. So that means there's a whole lot of people waiting.
Right.
And it creates a balance. Like, yo, I need a psychiatrist right now. Well, you got to hire somebody that's a blank slate, and you got to make him a psychiatrist. Well, that means people who are waiting for psychiatry ain't gonna have no psychiatry
for a minute, and then until they trained up.
Yeah. But then like I don't have any other friends. Like, yo, if you are on Steam and you're about that 2 Point Hospital life, hit your boy up. I'm TheScarfinger on Steam because I only have one other person on my Steam list that's playing this game. So I only have one person to compare it to, but that also means I only got one person where I got to go in and beat all his scores.
Right. So yeah, give Mike somebody to reach for. So jump out into the Discord channel that we have. Maybe you can find some more people out there. Holla
at your boy on the Scarcasm Discord. If you need a link or something like that, we'll put it somewhere. Again, like I really need some more people just to compare it to, and some people to beat. I did play the RimWorld updated again, and instead of going to version 1, they did another beta. I don't think everything was quite right for 1.
Okay.
So they did another beta. And I played some Rock Band.
Nice, because you had guests.
I didn't think I thought my Rock Band was broken. I forgot, like, I'm using a different TV now. And you gotta sync it. Like just things weren't working right, and so I had to sync it and make sure everything was straight. And then I sang for a little bit. We played a little bit together, but then I just kind of stayed to myself and kind of sang a little bit. And I went for it. I was like getting full combos and everything. I was about that life.
Nice, man. Nice. So you got all that in. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully I will get some 2-point in. I'll get some RimWorld in. I'm trying to decide what I want for my birthday, whether I want a new phone or getting a good capture card. I want an external capture card so I can move it back and forth. Because like my PC is over here, but my consoles are back there.
Right.
So
okay. That's what's up, man. All right. Well, Mike, I guess that's all I got, man. Look, I'm gonna give some. You go ahead and give you shout outs, man. So we can roll up out of here. Be out here early for tonight.
Shout out to the people, man. Like, there ain't nothing else to say, man. The people, like, y'all make this worth doing. I mean, I'm just gonna do it anyway, but y'all make it worth keeping doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
So shout out to y'all.
Show. Yeah. Shout out to Timo for joining us live tonight, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, man, I am having quite a great time in the OFR Fantasy League, bro. Man, I played Meef this week. Man, I don't know. I think all the stars aligned for my team, man, because I'm up 152 to 100 right now on him. Bruh, all the stars aligned. And there was nothing both my quarterbacks scored over 40 points this week, man. Like, it is ridiculous.
I clocked out on fantasy this year.
It's crazy.
It wasn't intentional. I just was just like, I ain't been paying attention to none of this stuff. Like, right, y'all just go ahead.
And Timo was only the person this week, I think, who had a really big lead as well. I think he was winning by 30 points earlier, but I don't know how that all worked out. But man, I'm telling you, though, like, I'm having a really nice year thus far, so I'm hype about that, man. So shout outs to Timo, man, setting that league up for dropping in here. And shout outs to the OMG Hour and Gaming Vessels, man. They both back. Those podcasts are both back. OMG Hour took a break, so the Gaming Vessels, they're both back. Listen to both those episodes. That's what I'm at. That's what I'm talking about, man. And I got OFR.
I'm still behind on everything. Like, I'm gonna tell you how far behind I am on podcasts since I can't listen at work no more.
What's that?
I still got like 5 episodes of Meef and them.
Really?
And, they put out an episode like every 2 months,
right?
Like, and I'm like 4 or 5 behind.
Bogus, man. Bogus. Yeah, and I was gonna give shout outs to them too because they did top 20 cheats and they were like, hey, so Scar and Blue can't say nothing to us about our top 20 cheats. They had a chance. They had a chance to write in their own recommendations and suggestions. So I mean, they still know they haven't contacted us about the top theme songs to television shows. They know.
Black shows matter, yo.
Yeah, they know. We see you. But yeah, man. And then
I got one more shout out.
Okay.
Shout out to my man Lebertard, yo.
Yo, what's up?
Your boy Lebertard got engaged.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to catch up with the show. I'm 2 episodes behind, man.
I heard about it on High Noon because High Noon is a half an hour now, so it's easier for me to listen to when I'm in the whip.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, that's congrats to him, man. That's what's up. Lebertard is, man, that's still one of the funny shows. If you guys like podcasts, just in general, it just start with the best of. They take a 4-hour show or a 3-hour show and they condense it down to the best that they offer every day, except for Fridays, because I just think Mike Ryan is lazy on Fridays. He just don't feel like doing it. But it's really funny.
I'm behind 4 shows with EDG.
Yeah. So, but that's really about it though. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to and or watching Facetious. 139. Look, go get Spider-Man. If you like us, please rate us, review us, refer us to your friends, those triple R's, rate, review, and refer. How about that? So let us know how we doing, man. We really appreciate it. We look to get up in here again and try to stay more consistent on this Monday evening thing. So in the meantime, y'all join someone. Extra Life is getting ready to kick off here soon. Make sure you support a team. If you're not a part of a team, make sure you donate to someone. I'll be out there playing games as well. Make sure you donate to Mike because he sounds like he might be running back through Mass Effect 3. I don't know. We'll see how it all works out. Maybe he out there on 2 Point. Maybe you can get Mike to build a hospital in the hood. Like maybe we can do this. Maybe we can. Maybe we can do this. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I ain't
building no hospitals in the hood because I'm about my cash, bro.
You about them ducats. Okay. All right, man. Hey, but you know you
we don't take Medicaid in my hospitals.
But you know that's like payment from the government. That's like free from the state and the government though. So
no, but then you got to deal with the Medicaid people.
That's true. It's valid. You still get them ducats. So, but everybody, thank you so much for watching and or listening. We'll be back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again next week. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
All right.